All right. Ooh, that was rough. Just finished a run at the park. Despite being the first day of October, this is probably the what do I say? It's probably like the hottest day I've ran in the past 2 or 3 weeks. Sorry, I'm getting sweat in my eye. Oh, man. I feel pretty good about it though. Really pushed myself today. Shout out to Rengoku's theme as usual. If you haven't watched Demon Slayer, it's a great show. One of the most like classically heroic figures in the show. His theme song. There's a guy on Spotify that made a remix of it that goes pretty hard. So, yeah, and I usually like to finish out the run on that. Which we did again today, so that felt pretty great. Yeah, I ran 2 laps, which is, I think, between like 4 and 5 miles or something. But I tried to see if I could do it in 45 minutes, and I did it. I didn't exactly time myself, but it was somewhere between like 47 and 48. So honestly, I'm pretty happy about that. Didn't exactly meet the goal, but considering how hot today was, don't exactly feel that bad about not hitting it. Yeah. Also, I haven't ran in, I think, over a week. So, a little deconditioned, but really solid experience getting back into it. That's one thing I've learned over the years is like when you do miss a little while, whether it's like running or weightlifting, and you get back and you're not where you're not like where you used to be. I try not to think of that as like a bad reflection on yourself, where it's like, yeah, it's true you weren't able to make the time to, you know, be consistent with it. But I don't know. I think the best way to move past it and keep yourself motivated to keep going is to, in those situations, how do I phrase it? In those situations, just like, I don't know, set the bar a little lower, I guess, for your expectations. If you can remember going into it, like if you can have the awareness to be like, okay, I know I haven't been for a little bit, so I'm not going to expect myself to do really good, and just measure how you did based on like your recent performance. I think you have better likelihood for long-term success. So that's my little tip of the day. Stocked up at the store yesterday, did some late night cooking. I made chicken Alfredo with protein pasta. I need to calculate the exact macros of a serving of it, but it's not bad. It's probably a little higher in calorie because I put more Alfredo sauce in there. I did a box of pasta, 2 pounds of chicken, and 2 jars of Alfredo sauce. I probably should have just done 1 jar. And I might do 1.5 next time. If I don't just do 1, I probably won't do 2 again, just because like it is like it's good, but if it was any cheesier, I would maybe start to not like it. Or if it had much more sauce to it, I would maybe start to not like it so much. So it's definitely like the upper threshold of what I would eat. A jar and a half is probably the sweet spot. So I'd probably buy like 3 jars, make it twice, use 1.5 jars each. I bought enough stuff to do it twice this time. I bought 4 jars. So I might just do 1.5 jars on the next one, just to try to get the calorie count down a little bit. Because I think it is a bit high per serving. But I'll have to do the math on that. I really don't realize how good chicken is though. Like, I think half a pound has over 50 grams of protein. So if I made 5 servings, it's like 40 grams of protein just from the chicken. And I even use protein pasta. So it's probably about 55 grams of protein each. I can't do the math on calories in my head right now. But yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out. It's really good. Aside from the one note that I was talking about. But I've been doing protein shakes. I have a real... What I do for protein shakes, I'll do 2 cups of milk, 2 scoops of protein powder I get from Costco, and 6 eggs, and I'll blend that and I'll drink it. Which I realized last time I had it yesterday, I should probably split that over 2 parts of the day. So maybe drink half when I first make it, and then put the other half in the fridge and eat it later, or drink it later. So that's one piece of that. But I just kind of had a hard time getting them down, really. So what I decided to do as a little change to the norm is switch to chocolate milk, which significantly increases the calories, but it's still 100 grams of protein and 1,000 calories when I use chocolate milk, which is kind of par for the course. You know, I would like the protein shake to be a little better in terms of like macronutrients, like because the way that I think about it, I want the average food that I have to have about 10 calories for every 1 gram of protein. So that means that with 2,000 calories, you're getting 200 grams of protein, which is a little better than what I want. I probably want like 2,200, 2,300 calories and 200 grams of protein every day. So it doesn't need to be that good consistently. All that to say, I usually like the protein shakes to have a little bit better of the ratio, so I can be a little less tight on the other food that I eat. So like, if the protein shake has like only 7 calories for every gram of protein, then my other foods can have closer to like 12 or 13 calories for every gram of protein. But the way I'm doing it right now with chocolate milk, it's 1,000 calories, 100 grams of protein, so it's right at 10 to 1. But I think it's fine because it makes me more excited to drink it every day rather than reluctant. And for me, I think that's a really big deal. If you're the kind of person that can get away with just like forcing stuff down day after day, like, that's awesome. Like, just do your thing. But I know that I personally have a little bit of a harder time having that self-discipline. So it's trying to be just like a little bit more realistic with myself. Like, what am I actually going to be able to do consistently? And consistency is huge. Like, it's better to have 7 like decent days of like dieting and working out in a week than like maybe 3 or 4 really good days. At least in my opinion, that's how I would think about it. So yeah, that's about how that's going. So basically, I guess what a day for me looks like is the protein shakes, you know, 1 serving of my chicken Alfredo, and then I have like some other higher protein snacks that I'll do to kind of get myself closer to 200, which I guess I'm gonna try to just shoot for 200 every day. As long as I get 150 from the shake and the dinner though, I'm gonna feel pretty good. But other things that I'll eat are like protein bars, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, cheese sticks. I feel like there's a few other things that I'll keep around that are pretty good. But then if I'm still feeling hungry, I'll try to fill the rest out with like, I like to do toast with butter. That's just like one basic thing I really enjoy having a lot. It's like one of my favorite things to do. But for other snacks, I'm trying to do more like fruits and vegetables. So like apples and carrots. I like Lara bars a lot too. You're probably better off just eating fruit instead, but this kind of goes back to like being real with myself situation. Like, I know I'm more likely to just reach to the cabinet and grab a Lara bar and eat that than I am to go into the fridge and like cut up an apple. So I'll do those too. Yeah, so that's kind of how the diet's been looking. Try to wrap it up here. It's getting kind of a longer video. That's okay. Yesterday's video was like 3 minutes. So I guess I'm a little inconsistent on the video length, but not a huge deal. Diet's going good. We should have enough stuff to finish out the week all right on that. I've got a couple of birthday parties over the weekend, so I'm not gonna be super strict on myself. I'll maybe try to eat a little bit less, but if I don't hit protein, that's not a huge deal. But yeah, try to get in the gym tomorrow and Friday as well. And that's about how it's looking, man. That's about how it is. So yeah, thanks for watching. We'll get back at it tomorrow, and I'll see you in the next one.